There's nothing much to talk about it. The Nigerian league is already, if in the 80s, 70s, 90s, the league is more enterprising.
All the teams that Super Eagles played against in World Cup qualifier, Rwanda goalkeeper, Zimbabwe goalkeeper, Lesotho goalkeeper, all of them they are keeping in PSL. That shows the level of PSL to compare to NPFL.
Welcome back to EVO Sports. There are lots of matches played by the midweek in the NPFL games, but we are starting with the match between Shooting Stars and Remo Stars, which ended in the favor of Shooting Stars by 1-0. Then Rivers United defeated Kano Pillars by 1-0. But I think we are going to start up with, first of all, the team that sits first, which is Ikorodu City. How comes Ikorodu City, a relatively no team that we know here in Nigeria, is first on the log, where we have the likes of Enyimba, Kano Pillars, Plateau United? How about I'm going to start off with you? Ikorodu City first with 27 points on the log.
Yes, I always say oftentimes that in these modern days that we call Gen Z, some time ago we have people that are born footballers, and you make up a team by the class of players that you have at some point. Now the game has transited to this generation now, where you have a team being molded with players that are not creative or technically gifted, but they just run, or perhaps score goals. So this time football now is a different dynamics. Now, if you have somebody like a team like Ikorodu United being Ikorodu City being on top of Nigerian Professional Football League, I don't think it's supposed to be any reason, any cause for alarm, because you're actually going to have a result. Because football is like a giggle kind of a something. What you put in is what you have as your result. So they have been performing. That's why they are on the top of the table. So whosoever is not performing will be at the bottom of the table. Don't forget, from Ikorodu City is 27. It's first on the table with 27 points. Yeah. Nasarawa United is second on the table with 27 points. Now, if you go to 14th on the table is Kwara United with 18 points. Nasarawa United, Economy Warriors with the same 18 points. Then Kano Pillars with 9 points. Now, between the people on 15, which is El Kanemi, and the first on the log, is about 9 points different. Yeah. It shows that even that league is still open.
Very much open.
Very open, because if they have played only 15 matches and about 23 matches to go, and you have 9 points between first and 15, the league is still open. So if Ikorodu City is stopping, perhaps they have molded a team that actually want to compete and win the league. That's why they are on that level. Because if you have people like Economy Warriors, people like Enyimba, Kano Pillars, other teams that are well known in Nigerian Professional League, being on middle and at the bottom of the table, while Ikorodu City, a new boys in Nigerian Football Professional League, on top of the table, I think it's well merited. But the point is that the difference between the number 1 on the table and number 15, look at the gap, it's just 9 points. So they shouldn't sit comfortably, because any team can come any day and overtake them. That's just what I see, that level.
Chema, Ikorodu City, peppering the league, where they have the likes of Enugu Rangers, Kano Pillars, Plateau United, then Enyimba of Aba.
Ikorodu City, last season, they ended 4th on the log. This season, they have started to be on the first
with 27 points.
With 27 points. It shows that they are progressing gradually. Football, the distance between these teams and all these other teams you mentioned, not because Ikorodu City are too good like that, but because the mighties are dropping a bit. So we are matching each other. Enyimba, Kano Pillars in the relegation zone. Enyimba, nowhere to be found, not even among 1 to 10.
They are 10.
They are 10 now with 20 points. Now, like in Nigerian League and African football as a whole, once you can win your own matches, then you manage to go away. That away, you can manage to get a point. Then you'll be topping the table, because we have something that we call like home team must win syndrome. So if you cannot win your own matches, that means you cannot win the league this season. So Ikorodu City have been doing that, and they have a striker who have been doing well also. I've forgotten his name as well. It's a very good players. So I think they have been building that momentum, building it gradually. I know when they were in the second division, NLL, playing there before they came to the NPFL. So now, if they ended the season fourth last season, that means there's something that they are getting right. That means they are still building on that momentum. And then it's no surprise if they end up winning the league this season. It will not be surprised. It's happening everywhere in Europe, in Africa, even in South African PSL league. We could see Sekunene, third position, new teams like that. So it's not in fact, it's good for our football as for Nigerian football. But just that other teams like Enyimba, Kano Pillars, they have just dropped a bit. And even Enyimba and Kano Pillars are still on form the way they are there. This Ikorodu City are now competing. I would have been so happy. But now you can't compare Enyimba team currently. What is just carrying them now, Enyimba Kano Pillars, just the name that they have made. So, but this Ikorodu City now have more players that are more hungry, managers that want to achieve success, that want to do something differently. And don't forget, football in the western part, Lagos and Ikorodu, for a very long time now, football have been so difficult. But most times football used to grow very, very fast. And Lagos and Ikorodu, they love football so much. So I think it's a good one for the western part of the country, because it's been a long Sporting Lagos now. It's not really doing well. Before we used to have MFM in Lagos, we were doing well. All of a sudden, they drowned like that. You understand now. So if Ikorodu City come up and if they can maintain this momentum, it's going to be a very good one for the NPFL.
Mr. Albert, the league holders, Remo Stars, they sit 13th with 19 points. Do you think they are still going to go far this season?
It's possible they can even go to 19th. Yes, because the fact is that you put into life what life gives you back. This is the game of football, right? It's a league. If you don't win game, you drop points. If you draw, you drop 2 points. If you lose, you drop 3 points. Are you getting it? Last season, they won the league. Just like many other teams abroad, Liverpool, you can name a lot of them. So there's something that they didn't actually do right.
They sold most of their players.
They sold most of their players. They didn't make the right signings. They didn't fill in the gaps with the right players, with the right mix of players. That's why some time ago we spoke about it. I said, I don't know their recruitment process. I don't know if they have a sporting director, because you can't actually leave all these things for the coach to go and scout for players, because he has a lot of things to do. A coach has a lot of things to do. Managing of the players, how they tune up in the training. That is, sometimes you see a coach getting very close to his assistant, his two assistants. Want you to know how do you see the frame of mind of these players? How do you think if I mix this player, that's why sometimes in the particular match, you just see they just drop these two players and bring in 2 new players in the team because the way they performed in the training. So it's not easy for a coach. So for you to fill in the right gaps at the right time for players that have left, you need a good scouting managers or a good sporting director that will scout a player and ask the coach, check this player, see if he can actually fit into that player, or even better than the player that left. You understand? So when this thing is being done at the right time, you see that the team that won the league last season will still come out stronger and stronger. We've seen a lot of things that won the league back to back to back. Olympic Lyon did it about 6 years back to back. Paris Saint-Germain did 6 years back to back. Even the same Kano Pillars did it 3 times back to back. Are you getting it? So Remo Stars has not actually gotten something right. You understand? In which they should go inwardly and look about. So I don't see them even coming first 80 on the log, because they still have Champions League, CAF Champions League to play. It will give them a lot of fatigue before they will gather themselves, put themselves up, coming back to the league again, traveling a long distance, not even traveling with flight, traveling on the road, the rigors and all of that. Sometimes these Nigerian professional league players, they travel the day before their matches. They won't say it out. That's one irony about Nigerian league. You're having a match on Saturday. Perhaps
you are traveling Friday night.
Some of them, okay, let's say they traveled on Thursday. Sometimes their bosses, because of the distance, they may travel and get to their decision in the night. Will you tell them to come and do a tune-up training on Friday morning? No, you allow them rest in the evening. Even that evening, they come out to warm up. Their legs are heavy because of the distance, sitting out in the bus sometimes for 12, 13 hours and all of that. So it affects the player. So when they get to the pitch to play on a match day in a weekend, they may not be able to move their body. Then the next 4 days or 3 days thereafter, they're on a flight again, traveling to play CAF Champions League and all of that. So I don't see Remo Stars, to me, sincerely speaking, I don't see Remo Stars coming first 5 on Nigerian Professional League log table. So that's just it. You put into life what you want to have out of life. That's just it for the Remo Stars, for all I see.
Chima, you know one thing we've been clamoring for, agitating for Nigerian leagues to allow our ex-internationals to handle their league, most of the clubs. And a club like Kano Pillars have called up Ahmed Musa to be the chairman of the club. Then a club like Enyimba called up Kano Wakotu as the chairman of the club. But these two clubs now that called up our ex-internationals, you that have seen it all in football, yet they are not doing anything. Especially the Kano Pillars, sitting last in the log with, after 15 matches, with 9 points. Ahmed Musa, Kano Pillar chairman, and yet it seems as if now that they came in, it's even getting worse. What do you make of that?
Well, firstly, I start with what he said
Albert said,
Remo Stars because of business. I think that Kule Tsunami, I think
he focused on business
on business than he has a club in Portugal as well. So I feel like his attention is divided, and because of the politics in Nigerian league as well. To sometimes when you want to invest too much in the Nigerian team to give you result, you might be you might be thinking of how much am I going to make? 200 million prize money, no grant money every month, no much sponsorship. Why will I waste my money in recruiting big players to pay them bigger money when what I will even win will not even cover me? And that, so I feel some of those things are the criteria that make some time when a team wins the league, they decide to sell some good players abroad to make more money or to the other North African country. Then coming back to your question, Kano Pillars. When Ahmed Musa came to Kano Pillars, he came as a player back to NPFL, at least to add color, to add value to the NPFL, and then to also revive his career a bit to see if he can continue with the Super Eagles. But unfortunately, things have not really gone well. And now they have made him the chairman and a player in the team. Now, being the chairman and a player in the team, we have been agitating for ex-internationals to take over Nigerian football, like you said rightly. But I am of the opinion that whenever you don't employ people because of if you are ex-international does not make you a very good coach. Ex-international does not make you a very good manager. Ex-international can never make you a very good administrator. It's not possible. You must, if you have 10 players that play together, some people inside that 10 player might be a very good businessman. Some we are all naturally gifted in different ways. And then whenever you want to venture into those kind of things, you go and study more on it. You can't use because you're a celebrity, you use celebrity status to come and collect a position. That is what they call political appointment. Now, Ahmed Musa is a footballer. There's no way Ahmed Musa can be a very good football chairman. For me, I am stating that in Nigeria, our ex-international are not good enough, are not supposed to be the football administrator. We need pure football businessmen. We need businessmen. You can coach me anywhere in the world or everywhere in the world. Check their league, check club chairmen. They are not ex-international. They are businessmen. Businessmen who are into business, who knows the game, who understand how to make business. When you are a businessman and you collect an administration post in Nigeria, you are going to first of all check how you are going to make profit. You will check what you can bring into that squad. You look at the player. You will not do things on sentiment. You will not do things because you are a celebrity. You are going to handle things in a business aspect, because if you are running your shop or if you have a business, just imagine a man like Dangote. If Dangote have not invested in Nigeria, that means because he's a pure businessman. He's looking at the aspect where he can invest and make profit. Why is he fighting to buy 2 or 3% from Arsenal in Arsenal? Meanwhile, that 2% amount that will cost him in Arsenal can even get him 1 or 2 full club in Nigeria. Why? Because he's a pure businessman. Now, if you see Ahmed Musa and Kanu Nwako, they are almost the same kind of people. They are good people. Personally, I love them. Kanu Nwako is like my idol. Like if I see him, I love him so much. When he was playing, we used to watch Kanu. He's a very good, fantastic player. I love everything about him on the pitch. But outside the pitch, since Felix Anyansagu left that position as a Enyimba chairman, Kanu have not been able to replace him very, very well. There are a lot, but before I enter that Enyimba, let me continue with that Kanu pillar. Now, Ahmed Musa now, while playing, you can also be a coach there. Did he has he gone to any school, any course?
Any course?
Do you understand now? To study administration.
Administrative course.
You understand that before you retire, is he a businessman? No. You might have landed properties, you might have houses. Your lawyer will handle them. You have businesses that you are not even controlling. So now you coming into a football organization, a team like Kano Pillar, you want to handle it. They will go to relegation. They will be relegated before you know what you are doing. That means you are just using Kano Pillars to do a study course. So definitely before you finish your course and graduate, maybe Kano Pillars will have been in amateur league. So definitely I was suspecting or suggesting that Ahmed Musa will have continued either a player or maybe a manager or maybe a coach. If you're a coach, you can pass your knowledge that you have gained while playing into the players. But administration, where you need to sit in your, where you need to think of what to do, how to restructure the team, how to restructure the stadium, how to draft letters, how to write to sponsors. That's a different ball game entirely. But people are mistaking this because they feel like this person is well known in the country. This person is an S international. If you give him this post, he's go to the. How many of S international have
held administrative?
Yes, and they are doing well. When JJ was a FA chairman in Delta, what did he do? Despite that, yes, there are politics, there are a lot of things going on, but these are not their major role. If they come into coaching, imagine if you need the job now, even as a coach now, going to be a chairman of Rivers United, even despite as a coach, you're not even doing well with the way you're supposed to be. So this guy, technically, you need to go for what you know you can do very, very well, which is that managerial aspect of that football. Administration aspect of the administrative part of football have to be, they should leave it for businessmen in Nigeria. If you cannot bring in businessmen to run this thing, our football will continue to go down.
Albert, what is happening to Kano Pillars and Ahmed Musa?
See, so many. The thing is, the question and what is happening is so dicey and have a lot of channels to connect it from. But let me just narrow in into one perspective. You see, when you say chairman, from a Nigerian football point of view, it's quite different from chairman in the Western European football point of view. The former chairman of Tottenham, you see Daniel Levy, is a chairman. He's not the owner of Tottenham Hotspur. He has his own mode of operation, constituted by the rules and regulations of the football club. The former owners of Arsenal, Stan Kroenke and Alisha Usmanov, they are the owners. They have chairmen, people that run. Everybody has his own place, the role they play. Ahmed Musa came back from his journey abroad after about 13, 14 years, back to Kano Pillars to resuscitate or revive his career. Came back, played 4, 7, 8 matches. He performed very well, scored few handful of goals. At the end of the day, because of his support and all of that thing, they gave him chairman. What kind of chairman is he? Before he came, was he actually a chairman? Was he actually a sporting director? Was he actually people that run the football administration for Kano Pillars? Were they actually people that run the logistics? Were they actually the office that funds logistics, funds, money that comes in and being managed, finance and all of that? So if Ahmed Musa is the chairman, I still want to ask, chairman for Kano Pillars, on what grounds? You are a footballer, you are still playing actively, and yet you are the chairman. Because the office of a chairman is a position that the workload, it's as if the entire club is on you. Because the club fails, it's you. Any department that do not perform or function effectively is on the chairman. So how can you be a chairman and yet still be an active footballer? So, but then, Ahmed Musa, as lovely as he is not the cause of Kano Pillars' problem. Don't forget, Kano Pillars was a champion of Nigeria, being established in 1990. You understand? They won the league in 2728, maiden edition. In the first time they won it. They now won it back-to-back, 212, 213, and 214. And they won the cup, the League Cup in 2021 or thereabout, 2019 or so. Now, Ahmed Musa came back. You came back to a team, your darling state, in which he was playing for before he went to Vivi Venlo. About Vivi Venlo 12 years ago. He has traveled all around Europe and he has come back there just to pay his homage and loyalty to the team. But it is not the same player that have won the league. Don't forget, they have classy set of players in that between 2012 and 2015, where former Super Eagles French goalkeeper Theophilus Afelokai, you know that, yes, was their captain. Yeah. He was there. Gambo Mohamed, Baba Shagali was there. Rabiu Ali, Baba Idris. Rabiu Ali is still there, but Rabiu Ali are almost approaching 42. He has already passed his prime, passed everything. He's supposed to have been retired, but maybe he has strength because of maybe the kind of life he's living, and it's actually helping him. But if somebody does not actually live the kind of life, perhaps one day may just collapse in the pitch because of the rigors of African kind of football. Don't you know Nigerian football? They will hit you. They don't want to know how old you are. They will jam you. They will nod you, anything. You can even have concussion, fall to the ground, and there you go. Are you getting it? So Ahmed Musa coming to the team, yes, it was a morale booster for the team. He supported them financially. Emotion. Otherwise, he has supported them. But the set of the crop of player in Kano Pillars team will not make it work because it is not the mix of player. It's not the same unit of player that can actually give Kano Pillars the result. Don't forget, the Kano Pillars are strong contenders in Nigerian league. Not quite a year. Every time back to back league yet between 2012 to 2014. Now they are sitting last on the log. So I tell you the truth.
With 9 points.
With 9 points after 15 games. So what I'm trying to say is this. If Kano Pillars are in the position they are, first and foremost, perhaps they actually did not prepare very well before they came in. That is why they were in a hurry to give Ahmed Musa the chairman, so that Ahmed Musa can actually fill the vacuum left by the so-called chairman that was there before. Maybe pumping money, boost the players to play better because of the money. I know footballers, when they see welfare and incentive, they want to give in the best. But the players that want to give the best, what's their quality? Because sometimes you need qualities of player to complement few players that have good quality and technical abilities. Don't forget, a quick example is Inter Miami. They brought in Messi, thinking that Messi will be an immediate god in the pitch. But it wasn't like that. They will win one match, draw one match, lose two matches. But when they brought in people like Jordi Alba, bringing Sergi Busquets, and bringing somebody like Luis Suarez, they brought in players that could complement every part of the pitch. And they started winning games. Even, you understand, they started winning games in reckless abandon. So that's how it is, because a tree did not make a forest in the game of football. Are you getting it? So Ahmed Musa, where they are, they can even go to relegation for all I care. Yes, because some time ago they went to relegation. They can even go to relegation for all I care, because if they don't perform well, they'll still stepping down, because no other team wants to go to relegation. So it is what you put into the game is what the game will give you in return. Now, looking at Eyimba on the other hand, Chima was talking about administration. You see, the word administration and administrative efficiency, I think it has to do with high level of schooling. Because some people that have gone to school have BSc, they go for masters, they still go for professional degrees, certifications that have to do with administration. Because administration, you're actually dealing with people. And, dealing with an individual alone, you're dealing with an entity, let alone dealing with over 50 people. So it has to do with schooling. So Kanu Nwankwo, a legendary footballer in which everybody, all of us like watching him. If it's not in the pitch, it's as if it's not complete. He has made it all in the game of football. Yeah. But Kanu, to speak the facts, Kanu is this kind of a silent kind of a person. Yeah. Kanu is not that kind of a person that will come out and speak it the way it is. Are you getting it? So if you want to get things done, you have to stand up and speak it. All the people that have gotten it right on earth, even the most gentlest people, Nelson Mandela, they stood up and spoke it. No matter how gentle you are, for something to be right, because you know why? You're dealing with humans. If you don't stand up and speak out and let the ones that are bad eggs to leave, you will not achieve it, because human being will be there. No matter how good you are, they will make sure that they bring you down. So if Eyimba is not doing well, Kanu should check inwardly. If he knows he can't handle the team, let him leave the relinquish position. When Felix Anyansiagu was there, he was up and doing. That guy was a fighter. I saw him many times in National Stadium when Eyimba came. And a few times when I was in Aba, I saw him. Even the guy is on suit. 247 is on suit and long sleeve. You always see him on top of his toes.
That position needs somebody that is rugged.
Yes, somebody that is very rugged and even dogged, but yet knows what he's doing. You understand? So, but the position Eyimba is now 10th on the log, and the 20 point and 7 point, 27 point. That is 7 points. So if they can up their game and perhaps January they buy good players to fill in the right position, they can as well contend for the league. They are not yet lost. So, but Kanu Nwankwo is a legend. He knows what it means because he has played with over 20 coaches as a footballer. So he knows what it means to handle footballers, because football. See, in that team he is in Eyimba, there are cabals. He knows that. There are cabals. There are cabals, like 3-4 people, big boys in the team. They want to work together to. Brownie Day just left there now. He left some people there now. So those cabals there in the team. So let him up his game. If you actually feel you need to take him back to the next level, then if you feel the work is too much, the workload is too much for him, let him just leave rather than bringing his name into shambles.
Chima.
Yeah.
Kanu Nwankwo and Eyimba, Ahmed Musa and Kano Pillars.
Ahmed Musa, as a legend, very fantastic guy, fantastic player.
Then as a chairman,
it's a no-no for me, because let me tell you what he brought for Kano Pillars. Only 100 million naira contract from Radio France Hausa, 100 million naira contract, for them, which is about over 4.8 million South African rands. Then over $220,000, which is a very small money if we want to talk about sponsorship.
But what about other clubs that they have not brought such money?
No, when we talk about sponsorship for a team like Kano Pillars,
Anyway,
100 million naira in a season, where will it
it's
go?
too poor.
It's too poor.
Kano Pillars.
For shirt sponsorship or for transportation. How much is your transportation from one league match to the other league match? Players welfare, maybe 20 players, 18, 25, all of those things like that. But in Nigerian league, things have gone sour so well.
bad.
Like, let me tell you something again. You see, now let me move to Enyimba. Kanu Nwankwo, now, during trials, before this season started, Kanu Nwankwo was nowhere to be found.
He went to London.
He was flexing. He was traveling up and down. We all know that he's the chairman. You understand? His celebrity status has overshadowed his job as a chairman of a club. Now, if that position, if Kanu was not in that position, maybe another person that does not have that celebrity status, if they are doing trials, the man will be sitting up there. I've been to Enyimba, I've seen how all these club chairman, how they behave. They might not come to interfere, but they will be there watching the players. While the coach is making selection, picking some guy, there are some player that the coach might, because he does not like the player, or the person that brought the player is not, have not given them money or something. The coach might tell you, I don't want you. But the chairman might cite as, this guy is good. Why didn't you pick this guy? Or maybe expected to see the player the next day. He did not see the player. He might make a call. Why is this guy? I saw him yesterday. He played very well. The coach might say, blah, blah, blah. No. Get that guy for me. Why? Because the chairman is seeing it from a different perspective. See that this guy can help this team very well. Then the chairman too can be aware, with the fear of the chairman in that play. The coach will always want to do something right. But now, Ekweme is there. Obi Nwaneri is there with the coach. Now they have sacked their Stanley Guma has gone. They brought in this thing. Ukebu was the one in charge of game before they now signed the new coach, Deji Ayeni. Now Deji Ayeni now took over. He won his first match against Enugu Rangers. They have started saying blah blah blah. He's here to, yes, everybody is here to win and all of those things like. But even the profile of Deji Ayeni is not that big. But we don't know. Maybe as he comes in, maybe there's something different he's going to do. Now Kanu Nwankwo, before Kanu, a lot of things have gone wrong, in Enyimba. But now, when Kanu came in, the sponsorship Kanu brought in, 100 million naira sponsorship again from United Nigeria. Bringing in that sponsorship from United Nigeria, now they will have to be flying Enyimba players for matches. You understand? Now, stake.com as well, they didn't mention any amount of money, but if you watch Enyimba jersey, you see where they write stake.com. They are sponsoring them. Infinix Nigeria is sponsoring man of the match. Maybe you score per goal. Infinix is in charge of that. That is what Kanu Nwankwo's status has brought in. But is that enough for having Kanu as a chairman? No. Many years back, Kanu, Enyimba said they had a lot of sponsorship. Then, even 11, 12 years back ago, before now. Without a celebrity chairman,
they can still have the
they can still have it. You understand what I'm saying now? I'm taking it somewhere now. Now, during those days before, for my own statistic, there are little things that Enyimba have achieved. In those days, why I feel like Nigerian League has gone so below than before. There's no improvement in Nigerian League currently, despite the internet, despite everything, despite we feeling that now things have changed, but nothing has changed. Before I'll be far better than Nigerian League right now. In those days, we used to have Muri Ogubi playing for national team. Why playing for Enyimba? They won CAF Champions League then. We used to have Jotes Frikong
playing for national team for
Ghana, while in Enyimba in Nigerian League. Then we used to have Eric Ejiofor playing for national team. Now we used to have Ayenuba Dele playing for national team. Vincent Enyama playing for national team for Enyimba first team shirt. Then we used to have many of those players playing for Enyimba. Even Benenoa, we have national teams of Benenoa players playing for Nigerian League, playing national. But right now, apart from Atik Obasa, Remo Star goalkeeper that was called up for Benin national team in a provisional squad, we are not even sure if we'll make the league. Yeah. If you check all the club side, all the teams that Super Eagles played against in World Cup qualifier, Zimbabwe goalkeeper, South African goalkeeper, all
of them, they are national.
Let me take you somewhere. Rwanda goalkeeper, Zimbabwe goalkeeper, what is it called? Lesotho goalkeeper. All of them, they are keeping in PSL. All of them are keeping it. So that means Super Eagles played against
even the Nigerian goalkeeper.
God bless. Even the Nigerian goalkeeper. So all the old goalkeepers in our group are all keeping. All the old goalkeepers, they are all keeping in PSL league.
So the South African players know them very, very well.
So you understand me now. So now definitely they know them very well. So that means that shows the level of the level of PSL to compare to NPFL. Now, if all these players, those days we were playing for Nigerian League and still playing for the national team called them up. Now, we don't even have one player in the Nigerian NPFL League that is playing for Super Eagles currently. Now, even if there's any, the person is a bench warmer. Now, how do you say it that Nigerian League, NPFL, does not have one single player at the national team? How can they do that? Now, we talk about Kun Khalifa in the same Nigerian League. This season wanted to start. When the season wanted to start, Kun Khalifa, they sack about almost the entire
first 11.
management, so, and brought in new one. They brought in new ones into the team, a whole Premier League team that want to. Now, the chairman first announced that there's no money to persecute the league when the season wanted to start. I don't know, maybe he has went to borrow money from Ope or Pampe. I don't know, to start the league. Now, a few weeks ago, Kun Khalifa just announced that they have thrown the gates open
for screening.
No, not for screening, for fans to come and watch the remaining matches till the end of the season. Was that supposed to be
How would they generate their money?
How would they generate their money? Is it a good news? That's not a good news for Nigerian football. If you are throwing gates open to come out, that means the branding of Nigerian football is very, very poor.
It's very poor.
Very poor. That means that our league cannot make. How can you generate money when you are throwing gates? That means even when there was no, when you don't throw the gate open, people are not coming to watch your game. So now, even if you throw the gate open, how are you going to make money? So definitely, we need to change a lot of things. Branding. The internet has been out there for people to make business with, but Nigerian NPF, I don't know, being a chairman is beyond just sitting down, just having a name that you are S International. You need to think, how can you take your team higher than what it used to be? Now, we cannot find the match statistic of players from Enyimba online. You cannot check you cannot even watch their players. You cannot even call first level. Then, how do we go from here? How can we progress as an NPFL team? By now, we ought to have gone beyond this level in Nigerian football, where even a student, a graduate from university, you can just employ them to take charge of data statistics for your team, and then everything will be online. It will even brand the team more. You can go on the street, fly your jerseys on the street, do a lot of things to just give your team colorful and this impact in the league. But all of a sudden, the way we are seeing everything is just going down and going down. And I'm so sorry, Nigerian football and even the Super League can never be revived with this kind of attitude.
Anyway, how about a short one, please, before you conclude?
A short one. There's nothing much to talk about it. The Nigerian league is already, because if in the 80s, 70s, 90s, the league is more enterprising, you go to the pitch, a 30,000 capacity stadium is filled up, and gate taking that time 30 naira, 20 naira, people will go and feel. Even people will be standing outside when the year go, they will jubilate. I remember back then, when it was people who are outside the pitch, just at the waterfront there, they will go, they will jubilate because there's no space. Let alone now, you throw a gate open for 200 naira, only 18 people will be in the stadium. Why? Because there are so many things. The game you are going to watch,
you don't know if you are going to come back alive.
If you are going to come back alive. The people you are going to watch on the pitch, they are not born footballers that gives you that flair you need to watch. Now, sometimes when you go for this streaming, it seems Chima said something about that. When you go for the screen, because I am a part and parcel of it, and I'm still involved in tomorrow. When you go for some certain screening, you see a player that is performing well. At the end of the when they make their professional list, that guy will not be there. Are you getting it? So there are so many things, but one of the key problems of Nigerian league is lack of sponsorship, lack of administrative know-how, lack of football education from people that handles football club. The problem is just too much about Nigeria. That is why you see any coach that come to coach the Super Eagles undermines that there are potential in our league. Because you cannot tell me you have 25 players in Nigeria Professional Football League in each team. 25 players times 20 teams. We're talking about more than 400 players, but yet one of them is not in the team for Super Eagles. He made mention of Jotes, Frimpong, Muyo Gumbi, and all of them. A lot of them, I'm forgetting about Edwin Ansah. Chukudi Nwoguchu was in him by that time. A lot of them, countless number of them, because the league was so competitive. Are you getting it? Rabbi Afolabi, even before he traveled on Rope Cup, before he went to Red Bull Salzburg, Sheyo Lajeng Besi, all of the Sheyo Lofijano had his first when he left for Gbomosho County to escape Brown. You understand? Back then, there are some clubs you play here in Nigeria. It's even more competitive than Scandinavians. Yes, Norway, Sweden, and all that. So it's just a wake-up call for government and stakeholders and every other person that I put in. Because there's something I actually believe. I keep saying it. If government involved, let me just digress. No, just 1 second. Let me digress. It's important to know this. I was in the stadium day before yesterday. Look at the state of decay of Nigeria National Stadium. Something came into my mind that I used to say politicians, the government, from the federal level, we don't understand how much revenue football or sporting activities bring to countries of the Western
They
world.
don't understand.
They don't understand. Now, if this stadium is well renovated to state-of-the-art standard, all of those football clubs that even some clubs can come from Ogun State to play their matches here. And if there are security and other things, people will come and watch the game. But nobody cares about anything that has to do with sports. And forget that sport is one of the biggest employer of labor in Nigeria.
it's true.
But nobody cares. So if government should get involved in sporting activities in Nigeria, more stakeholders will come in and the Nigerian league will improve.
Anyway, that's that for Nigerian league. We will keep on talking from now to tomorrow. No changes will be made. Thank you, and thank you. We'll call it a wrap for today.